David Serland, a lead producer of Battlefield 6, recently answered some questions from the community about vehicles inside of the Battlefield 6 beta and how they felt like they were too weak, and they were wondering would they be stronger when the game releases on October the 10th. He said he and the dev team knew that the vehicles were weaker during the beta. He said it's not really a big issue for them, given they would rather have them weaker than vehicles dominating too much inside of that beta. He says it's a balancing issue and it's not specific to a special situation. However, we're actively working on it. Rather having too weak vehicles over too powerful to start. So he's wanting the vehicles to be weaker to begin with. That way they can buff them up instead of vice versa, having to nerf them a lot to make them, not as good. He says it's also tricky because players get better using them as time goes on as well. And I can kind of understand what he means by that. Of course, a beta was limited. We did have 2 weekends. We only got to play a certain amount of maps. But once we all get in, we're playing all the time. You're in your helicopters, you're in your tanks, you're in your jets. You're going to start to learn the maps, start to learn, what you can get away with, what your limitations are. And then, of course, everyone's going to improve. So you might not have been as good with a tank in the beta as you will be months after the game releases.